15 and on your smart speaker.
Some warning signs out in the global economy. Warning signs for us.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by UiPath, providing organizations the UiPath AI-powered business automation platform. More at uipath.com/marketplace. UiPath, the foundation of innovation. And by Unisys, whose app modernization cloud solutions helps businesses create new cloud-native apps to unlock powerful insights and optimized performance. Unisys, keep breaking through.
From Marketplace, I'm Sabri Ben-Achour, in for David Brancaccio. Will we or won't we get a recession? When will it happen? How bad would it be? Those have been some of the big economic debates in this country for a year now. So far, recession has not materialized. But looking outside the U.S., some nations are already there. Marketplace's Lily Jamali has more.
Among developed economies, New Zealand and Germany have both officially tipped into recessions. Consumers in those nations have been dealing with rising prices and central bank efforts to beat inflation back by raising interest rates. ING chief economist Carsten Brzezinski says Germany is Europe's largest economy, so its troubles can have real impacts on U.S. goods and services.
If Germany and also the entire Eurozone is in a recession or at best stagnation, it means there will be less demand coming out of Europe.
Expect less demand from China, too, Brzezinski says. While it's not officially in a recession, an economic rebound following the end of pandemic lockdowns still hasn't happened. I'm Lily Jamali for Marketplace.
The legislature of New York has passed a bill to ban non-compete agreements. This is where your job tells you you cannot work for any competitors for a while after you leave. The agreements are in principle meant to protect company secrets, but they have been used even in service industries like restaurants and can complicate the job search for workers. Somewhere between 28 and 47% of workers in the U.S. private sector are bound by these agreements. New York's bill still needs to be signed by the governor. All right, let's do the numbers. The FTSE in London is down 0.4%. Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ futures also down in the 2 to 0.3% range, with the Dow future down 83 points. 10-year Treasury yield is at 3.752%. The European Chamber of Commerce surveyed 570 international companies about doing business in China. 2/3 said it's become more difficult, and many are shifting investments and their Asian headquarters outside of that country as their confidence falls. Companies said they are worried about security controls, government protection given to Chinese rivals, and rising costs.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Amazon Business. From small business to big enterprise and everything in between, Amazon Business helps simplify the supplies buying process. Amazon Business, your partner for smart business buying. And by Grammarly, offering Grammarly Business to help companies large and small communicate better and move faster with enterprise-grade generative artificial intelligence. Learn more at grammarly.com/business. And by Fidelity, a dedicated Fidelity advisor can help create a wealth plan for a full financial picture. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC.
Layoffs are on the rise, but odds are America's post-pandemic tight labor market is here to stay. One reason for that is that our population is aging, so the total supply of workers is going to grow more slowly. So what happens when you have a tight labor market for a long time? Well, it starts to affect the relationship between managers and workers, for starters. A remote corner of the U.S. near the Canadian border offers some insight. That is where Marketplace's senior economics contributor Chris Farrell went to kick off his series, A Hot Job Market Where It's Cold as Hell.
There's a number of successful companies in the area and all competing for a great labor pool.
Dave Doherty is president of DigiKey Electronics. It's a privately held global electronics distributor based in Thief River Falls, Minnesota, a town of 9,000 people. DigiKey was founded in 1972 by an amateur radio enthusiast. DigiKey is now a $5 billion revenue giant with operations around the world.
But we've learned some things, and one of the things that DigiKey's always done is cross-train folks.
And there are lots of jobs to train for. DigiKey's headquarters is a mega warehouse with a footprint of more than 22 football fields. DigiKey invests in its 3,600 workers and their individual needs.
DigiKey can be whatever you need it to be. For some, it's a place of stability. Their life is crazy. Maybe they're a single parent or taking care of an elderly parent, and they just want to come someplace and do an honest day's work and be compensated fairly for that. Others don't want to be doing the same job in 6 months. They want to continue to be progress in their career.
Did I mention that winters are very long and very cold in Thief River Falls? Yet there are a number of large companies in the region. Recruiting workers is an incremental process. Retaining workers is key.
So being flexible and adaptable in your solutions with staffing.
Kelly Roth is head of human resources at the Polaris Snowmobile Factory and its 1,400 workers in Roseau, a Minnesota town of some 3,000 that's even farther north.
Maybe the ideal fit is to have 5 full-time regular hires, but you can't get those 5, so you might have 10 part-time hires to meet that need. And the flexibility there of being able to shift those people into your workforce and to have a more agile and nimble workforce that can move around and to do various roles versus highly specialized and only able to work in this one area.
To cope with slow growth in the area's labor force while continuing to expand, DigiKey and Polaris invest in worker skills, encourage employees to change jobs internally, and embrace flexible schedules. The same goes for Marvin Windows in Warroad, Minnesota, a town of 1,800 people. Warroad is home to the 4th-generation family-owned company and its 2,800 employees at headquarters and factory. Jobs at these anchor companies come with good pay and benefits. Bridget Tuck, Senior Economic Impact Analyst at the University of Minnesota Extension, says management has learned the importance of developing career paths to retain workers and their families.
To get people from sort of entry-level positions to our more skilled positions and kind of keep them in our communities and moving through that pipeline.
Not bad. Sustained low unemployment in these northern towns can boost wages, improve benefits, strengthen job ladders, and extend careers.
That was Marketplace Senior Economics contributor Chris Farrell. We will hear more from Chris this week, and you can catch the whole series at marketplace.org. In New York, I'm Sabri Ben-Achour with the Marketplace Morning Report. From APM, American Public Media.